Donald Trump's influence over the Republican Party remains an undeniable force, even as his leadership is increasingly mired in controversy and unpredictability. His political machine thrives on bold promises, dramatic alliances, and contentious policies, but the cracks in his inner circle reveal a more chaotic reality. Recent reports expose a whirlwind of disorganized strategies, questionable alliances with figures like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Elon Musk, and ambitious yet divisive policies, such as mass deportations and sweeping tariffs. This video takes an in-depth look at Trump's current trajectory, exploring his polarizing leadership style, the dysfunction among his advisors, and the implications of his radical proposals. By unpacking these dynamics, we uncover how Trump's inner circle is shaping the Republican Party and how it may be leading it into uncharted territory. Trump's mass deportation plan, a return to extremism. Origins of the policy. Trump's immigration policies have always been a cornerstone of his platform, drawing both staunch support and fierce opposition. During his presidency, measures like the travel ban and family separation policy cemented his hardline stance on immigration. Now, as he eyes a potential return to the White House, Trump has doubled down on his promise of mass deportations, vowing to remove millions of undocumented immigrants in his first term. This time, the proposed scope is even broader. Unlike his initial presidency, where deportations largely targeted undocumented immigrants with criminal records, Trump's new plan encompasses individuals who have lived and worked in the United States for decades. His strategy is spearheaded by familiar faces like Stephen Miller, the architect of many of Trump's most controversial policies, and Tom Homan, a former acting director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, IC. Practical challenges. Despite its political appeal to Trump's base, the logistics of mass deportation are staggering. Immigration experts and analysts have raised critical questions about the feasibility of identifying, apprehending, and deporting millions of individuals. To execute such an operation, the government would need to mobilize massive resources, including tens of thousands of law enforcement agents, detention centers with unprecedented capacity, and billions of dollars in funding. Additionally, the legal system would be overwhelmed by the sheer volume of cases, creating a backlog that could take decades to resolve. Ethical and humanitarian concerns. Beyond logistical issues, Trump's deportation plan has drawn condemnation from human rights organizations, religious groups, and even some within his party. Critics argue that deporting individuals who have built lives in the United States, many of whom are parents, taxpayers, and community leaders, would cause irreparable harm to families and local economies. Catholic leaders, who have traditionally been vocal about immigration reform, have labeled the plan inhumane and un-American. Meanwhile, moderate Republicans, including Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, have expressed concern over the potential fallout, cautioning that the policy could alienate key voting blocs. Political fallout. The backlash has extended beyond Washington. In key battleground states like Arizona and Georgia, where Latino voters represent a growing demographic, Trump's hardline stance risks alienating moderate conservatives and independents. Polls indicate that while the Republican base largely supports stricter immigration enforcement, a significant portion of swing voters view mass deportation as excessively punitive. RFK Jr., Elon Musk, and Trump's unlikely alliances. The RFK Jr. conundrum. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s unexpected alignment with Trump has puzzled political observers. Known for his controversial views on vaccines, public health, and corporate influence, RFK Jr. has emerged as an unlikely ally in Trump's orbit. Their relationship seems to reflect Trump's penchant for surrounding himself with polarizing figures who command media attention, regardless of ideological alignment. However, RFK Jr.'s presence has not been without complications. His erratic behavior and dubious claims about health policies have drawn criticism even from Trump's loyal base. For instance, RFK Jr.'s public statements about the dangers of seed oils, a fringe topic in nutrition science, have sparked ridicule and questions about his credibility. Musk's overreach. Elon Musk, another high-profile addition to Trump's circle, has become an enigmatic figure in the political landscape. Musk's vast wealth and influence over industries like technology, space exploration, and electric vehicles make him a valuable ally. However, his outspoken nature and frequent controversies have reportedly created friction within Trump's team. Insiders describe Musk as a shadow advisor, often inserting himself into policy discussions and attempting to steer decisions. This dynamic has not sat well with Trump, who is known for valuing loyalty and control. Elon thinks he's running the show, a senior Trump aide reportedly said, but that only works until Trump decides he's had enough. Public perception. These alliances have complicated Trump's public image. While figures like RFK Jr. and Musk bring attention and headlines, they also risk undermining Trump's credibility among traditional conservatives. Critics argue that these partnerships signal a lack of ideological consistency, portraying Trump as more concerned with spectacle than substance. Cabinet picks and the seeds of discontent. Controversial nominations. Trump's approach to assembling his potential cabinet has further fueled concerns about his leadership. Many of his nominees lack traditional qualifications, and some have faced serious allegations of misconduct. One such figure is Pete Hegseth, Trump's pick for Secretary of State. Hegseth, a Fox News commentator, has been accused of sexual assault, with court documents revealing a settlement paid to an accuser. While Hegseth denies the allegations, the controversy has cast a shadow over his nomination. Another contentious choice is Howard Lutnick, who has taken a leading role in Trump's transition team. Critics describe Lutnick as a power-hungry opportunist, more interested in advancing his own interests than serving the public. Internal struggles. The chaos surrounding Trump's cabinet selections mirrors broader dysfunction within his inner circle. Reports of infighting and power struggles among advisors have become commonplace, with multiple factions vying for influence. This disarray has hindered Trump's ability to present a cohesive vision for his administration, leaving both allies and opponents questioning his leadership. The economic gamble, tariffs and trade wars. Trump's proposed tariffs. In addition to his immigration policies, Trump has revived his rhetoric on tariffs, proposing a 10% tax on all imports. Marketed as a strategy to protect American jobs and punish foreign manufacturers, the policy has sparked alarm among economists and business leaders. Critics argue that the tariffs would have a negligible impact on foreign economies while imposing significant costs on American consumers. By raising the price of imported goods, the policy risks exacerbating inflation and slowing economic growth, a dangerous combination in an already fragile economy. Backlash from business leaders. The backlash from the business community has been swift. CEOs from major industries, including retail, manufacturing, and agriculture, have warned that the tariffs would disrupt supply chains and increase costs for consumers. This is a tax on American families, said the president of the National Retail Federation, emphasizing the ripple effects on everyday goods. Public and political backlash. The cumulative effect of Trump's chaotic leadership, radical policies, and controversial alliances has alienated key segments of the electorate. While his core supporters remain loyal, moderates and swing voters are increasingly disillusioned. Conclusion. Donald Trump's inner circle reflects the larger challenges facing his leadership: disorganization, extremism, and a penchant for spectacle over substance. As he continues to shape the Republican Party, these dynamics could have lasting consequences for the GOP and the nation. Whether Trump's chaotic approach will secure him another term or lead to his political downfall remains an open question. For now, his unpredictable alliances, radical policies, and controversial decisions paint a picture of a leader willing to gamble everything, even his party's future, for the sake of maintaining power.